Okay, today is March 14th, 2012. Um, I want to test something here. Sorry about the screen. I'm running this in my Mac, so I'm having to use VirtualBox, so it's not big. Anyway, hopefully you can see it. Um, so, you know, trying to develop a strategy here. I've come up with something, and, we'll see if it works or not. But I'm open. I'm recording this now. It's 9:30 at night, Arizona time, and markets are quiet. A lot of action. My research and this strategy, a lot of the good trades seem to happen, while I'm sleeping. Now, I work a full-time job, so I do have the luxury of sitting in front of the computer all day, but I don't have the luxury of focusing on everything because I talk on the phone for a living, so um, I can't sit there and watch it. And a strategy, I've been testing some strategies, and I came across one the other day that seemed pretty interesting. The only problem is it was on a 5-minute chart. 5-minute charts are okay if you can sit there and stare at it consistently, but for me, I couldn't do that, and it was just driving me crazy. So I took a variation of it and I applied it to a 1 hour chart because I figured 1 hour, it takes 2 seconds to look at a chart every hour instead of every 5 minutes. And the signals are a lot less choppy. So what this is basically, these are Heikin-Ashi candlesticks that I have on here with bars also showing the open and close. So for the last bar right now, we got the open and the close basically, which would be a pin bar if it was a candle. So if I show it, you can see the candles appear, and you got a pin bar here. But I like these Heikin-Ashi candles because they kind of filter away market noise better than Japanese candlesticks do. I, learned all the traditional Japanese candlestick methods, but and I like them. I'm just trying something different. So what this basically is, and today's the first day I'm really going to test it. I wanted to record it to see how it went, but I didn't want to back testing, and it seems to be pretty good. Basically, and I just looked at it for the Euro New Zealand dollar and the Euro US dollar. The reason I chose those two, is because, of course, the Euro, very liquid, and when the strategy works, it's pretty good pip movement. Some of the other ones would probably be good too, like the dollar franc, but I don't want to take on too many pairs at once, just because this is a demo account. It's a small demo account size. It's like $600. I don't um, I don't want to be unrealistic and start with 10,000 and start trading 7, 8, 9, 10 lots, because in real life that's not what I'm doing. I'm trying to go for the base hits, not for the home runs, although home runs do happen occasionally. But anyway, so basically, think about if you were to get in on this trade, on this Euro trade, right here, and all the way down a couple hours, 63 pips. But more than likely, you probably would have gotten out around here with 10 pips, but it all depends on what your stop loss is. So how many, what's that? That's $63 in, basically 1 to 2 hours. My goal, what I like to try and shoot for, is 50 pips a day. Um, you know, that's kind of my goal. I like to make 50 pips a day. If more, great. But basically, what it is these Japanese, or these Heiken Asashi candles, let me just tell you what these indicators are. This is my momentum bands, and I'm not really using these actually, so I'm going to go ahead and delete these off of here, make it a little clearer. This is a 10 period simple moving average, and this is a custom trend indicator that I got from somebody. And when it turns blue, the trend is up. When it turns red, the trend is down. It's pretty good. Not actually using it either on this, so I just like to leave it on there just so I can see how the market's going, if it's still trending or not. So basically what I'm looking for is these Heiken Asashi candles to close either above or below this 10 period moving average. So for example, let's go back here. So if we see, and you can see that this trend indicator is kind of lagging because it broke, 1, 2, 3, 4, basically 4 or 5 candles before that happened. So it's kind of lagging. How many pips? It's about, you missed 40 pips on it, but no one is able to get it right in at the beginning. So anyway, what I look for is I'm looking for these candles to break below the 10 period moving average. When they do, I look for confirmation of a second bar that usually should be a little bit lower, a decent sized bar. So for example, this one it closed lower, but this one didn't, so you wait. And then this one closed lower but underneath, so I'll count this one as the first one. Here's the second one. So you would have got in here, right about here. Stop loss, previous, the high of the candle, previous candle. That's what I like to use. And what I'm going for really as a target is 1 ATR. And I know the risk reward doesn't really match on that, because if you can see the ATR at this point would be, let's see, what would that be? I can find it. So it's 16. So I'm risking 36 only for 16. Again, that's just a target. That doesn't mean I'm getting out. If I see some, probably more than likely what I do is when I hit 16 pips, which would have happened about right here, I may sell half my position and move my stop to break even, and then go from there, and then let it run. But basically not even doing an ATR. So you get in here, closes, boom, there's your signal. You get in, it's gonna go back on you a little bit, but you wait, and then boom, right down here. Myself, I probably would have gotten out. I don't know if I would have gotten this whole thing, but I may have. What you're trying to do is you're trying to wait until these candles change colors. But what you're looking for is not just that it changed color, the size of it. The size of these Heiken Asashi candles means something. When they're small like this, that means the market is just kind of tired and it doesn't know what it wants to do. It's indecisive. So when these close this small, you wait. And then as you can see, it went down for another 20 to 30 pips. But now they're getting, see, this one's bigger. So I definitely would have exited right here. And then as you can see, boom, we went back into an uptrend. Same thing on this one. See? So you get a close, you get a close, but I don't like this. It's very non-decisive. So I would wait for another one. Up, I get a red candle. Up, and I get it closing down, and I get one. Nope. Still no signal until here. That's your signal right there. And then you get in, see, kind of quiet, and then boom, up there. And you get out when it's red, and if you wait till it closes, sure you do lose a lot of pips, but usually when it opens red on an hourly, it's probably gonna stay that way. And I don't know if anybody will ever see this. I'm documenting it for myself mostly. So right now, I was gonna go to bed, but I just happened to notice the euro is kind of setting up for him, but the euro New Zealand is the one that's actually setting up at this point right now. See? So we got our close below, we got our second. Now if this candle stays this small, I'd like to see it at least here in the next 20 minutes. I don't know if I'm going to take this or not, but I want to show that's pretty far away from the moving average. That's another bullish sign for a short. Well, I guess you would say bearish. So I'm just waiting for this candle to close so I can see if I'm going to get in the trade or not. And then I'm going to record what happened after that.